Welcome back to the Morning Blend. In the year 2000, there were signs that 5-year-old Davis Marklin had a mental illness. He even attempted suicide. 3 years later, a 1-inch cyst was accidentally discovered on Davis's brain.
Because the cyst was not causing medical symptoms such as headaches, blurred vision, or seizures, a local neurosurgeon wouldn't operate. So Davis's family needed to find a doctor willing to puncture the cyst and convince his insurance company to cover those costs.
Miraculously, they were able to do that, and with the help of a special academic boarding school, Davis has since graduated from Marquette University with a degree in engineering and is doing very well at a startup company.
So we are pleased to welcome Davis and his mother, Susan Schoenmarklin, to the Morning Blend. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having us. Great to see you.
So I think we've kind of teased a lot of your story, but start back then in 2000 at the age of 5 and kind of the severity of the symptoms you were seeing from Davis.
Yeah, Davis was really depressed. He talked about killing himself at age 5, and he tried to run into traffic one time. He talked about how sad he was, and like he liked the mornings the best because nobody had any problems with him.
Yeah.
It was really painful to watch, and we couldn't understand it. We were like this intact family, you know, no reason that we could see.
Yeah, then in 2003, there was a CT scan that you had done because there was a sinus problem, right? Mm-hmm. And sort of accidentally, there was this discovery of a cyst on his right temporal lobe.
Exactly,
okay.
On his right temporal lobe.
And you thought, hey, could this be related to the behavior problems, the psychological problems?
Exactly. We were excited. We were like, wow, you know, could this be an answer?
Mm-hmm. But yet the neurosurgeon said, no, we're not operating on this. You don't have the right kinds of symptoms.
Right. He didn't have symptoms that they consider medical symptoms.
Like the blurred vision and the seizures and headaches. Do you remember how you felt when that was discovered?
No, I don't remember that discovery. I'm kind of going through the process now that I'm like in, you know, as an adult going through the healthcare system. But I just had everything from my perspective as a kid, and I only knew what I felt, but I didn't understand what she was going through and trying to navigate the healthcare system.
What did you feel as a child?
Just, I didn't feel like I was worth anything to anybody. I felt like I was stupid. I wasn't able to keep up with my classmates in school.
Yeah.
And I just didn't understand how I was valuable to the world.
Right. So you got to talk about this rummage sale. So you're sorting through books at a school rummage sale.
Exactly. And I just happened upon this book called Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. And it had pictures of brains in it. And so I just kind of grabbed it to take it home because I thought, well, you never know. And it was Dr. Amen's book. And I was reading it like around midnight at home. And the first story in that book is about a boy named Andy who had a cyst on his left temporal lobe and how it was causing aggression and psychiatric symptoms. And I just couldn't believe it. I started shouting and running around in this house, and my husband had no idea what was going on.
I can picture you doing that.
Oh my gosh, this is it.
Yeah.
You know, so
did the doctors believe you right away?
No. So what we had to do was we had to find a neurosurgeon who would actually do, it's puncturing the cysts, do the surgery. And
and get insurance to pay for it.
And we had to get insurance to pay for it too. So
tell us about where you went, because you had to make a trip to find a neurosurgeon who was willing to puncture the cyst and get an exception from your insurance company. And so you visited Andy Amen, who wrote the book.
Well,
right?
I visited his. I
called. He's the nephew.
I called and got the information for the nephew's mom and talked to her, Sherry, and she gave us the information about the neurosurgeon, and he agreed. We went out there to California where he was at UCLA, and he agreed to do the surgery.
Wow. So surgery happens, and then what?
Well, we had thought Davis would be, we expected a silver bullet here.
An instant cure.
And he was right immediately after the surgery. He was cheerful and calm, and we thought it was all solved. But then later, the symptoms came back, and he became irritable and aggressive, and he started to get violent. It was really scary to live with.
How long did that last?
For several years. The surgery, he was age 8, and about 3 years.
What do you recall of that time?
I really started to get better after I went to Hampshire Country School in my second year there. So I would have been 14. by the time.
Okay,
I
so
started
then
really
you went
recovering.
away to school.
Correct.
And you lived there.
Yep.
Okay, and that's when you feel you started to get better. They provide exceptional care, and I know there are very few students who go to that school.
There were 14 students, all boys. We had 1,400 acres of land, no technology. Really, I think the genius of that school is that they make you believe in yourself. You know, the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. My problem up to that point was that I didn't believe that I was valuable to the world.
Because years of telling yourself
Correct.
this, right?
Yeah, and they believed in me, and then I started believing in myself, and that's how I was able to get better.
I wish we had more time. How
Yeah.
are you doing now? That's what people are just so interested in knowing.
I feel great. You know, I've got a great job at a great company based out of here in Milwaukee. You know, most people don't know about this story. This is really
Yeah.
the first time I'm talking about this.
So people wouldn't know or see those behaviors from you today.
No, I actually told my best friend that I was going to be on the show, and I sent her the story that we sent you, and she's like, I had no idea.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I know your mom, but you have great parents. They've been through a lot. But so have you. You've been through a lot, but I bet you're so grateful for their love, their support, and everything they did to help you get better.
Yeah, and I'm just now realizing everything that she had to go through. Now that I'm navigating the healthcare system, it's
Real quick, because the Patrick Dempsey thing we teased, that was when you were out there. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, when is that coming up?
Yeah. And you got to meet him.
I did.
Yeah,
It's
he's
so
pretty.
neat.
He's pretty dreamy in person. I've met him as well.
So great.
Yeah.
Thank you both so much. People are going to want
Thanks
to
for
know
sharing
more
your story.
about your story. You do a lot of work with NAMI, Greater Milwaukee, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness. You can call the phone number on your screen. You can even email directly to get help and support. They have wonderful services. I appreciate all your work with that. Thank you so much, Davis.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah,
Success with your
wonderful to
story.
have you. Thank you both so much. We'll be right back.